So I'm going to try to bring you down a little bit closer to my workspace here. There we go. Sorry. Okay, I just want to make sure. Yeah, hello, my robe. Yes, it's Friday night and I'm in my PJs already. I just decided why not. And honestly, I'd be there anyway. It's time to lounge. It's been a long week here. So, just getting up the live stream. And guess what? I actually remembered to turn down the sound. So, yay. Okay, so I don't really have a plan here, but I have been waiting to scrapbook this photo for weeks. It's a photo of my many weeks, because this is from the end of a month. I've been waiting for it. This is my granddaughter, and this little girl, who is 2, is feistier than all get out, but you would be as well if you had 3 older brothers and 2 of them are, or 3 brothers and 2 of them are older than you. So, man, she's a feisty girl. And I love the fact that she's smiling here, because she doesn't willingly give you smiles on camera. She smiles all the time, and she's actually very funny, and she's kind of a jokester, but you don't get this very often. And Mama caught that smile, and oh my gosh, Grandma's like, definitely need to get that in here. So she has this kind of orchidy colored hoodie on, and then this, I think she has, they're more like a peachy colored short, but I'm thinking pairing this with pink. And when I was thinking about this, I know that Schmel has quite a few kind of purples out there. And so I thought that would be really cool. Now, those posts in this playground equipment are green, and I do have, there's more of this paper, but I did think about bringing this into the mix as well, and maybe even to really focus your eye in on her. And I can trim this photo down. That won't be a problem to do, depending on how this layout goes. I'm actually probably not liking as much of that green, though, because then you're focusing on the green is popping, and you're seeing the green here versus her. So that's kind of where my thoughts are as I'm starting. Hey, Cynthia, good to see you. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Now, I'm going to just going to leave this over here. The other thing is, I was going through my Schmel products looking for some purple papers, and I just pulled what I had. We'll go through and figure out what I'm going to actually use. I found this Sparkle City lenticular card from Sparkle City, and I haven't used this yet, and I thought it might be kind of fun to do that on this layout, and I really like how that looks. So like sparkly, you know, that whole thing with her. So kind of really liking how that's looking. Now, because that's in there, maybe I bring in some of this aqua color somewhere. I also could crop this so that maybe it was more like a 4x4. And I don't care that it's not actually 4x4, so that we get the green out of there then. And you really focus on that. And I'm really kind of liking that, like liking it like this versus this. I think it's a much stronger photo. If anybody has an opinion, weigh in on it now, because I think I'm going to cut it. But that's kind of my idea. And then we could use the aqua color to kind of pop this off of the page a little bit, so that you see that. And then this, I could use the little lenticular piece here to and kind of decide where we want to crop the photo on this side. But I think I'm going to do that. I think let's crop the photo. And I'm going to crop it just a little bit more than I did originally, because I had a weird kind of spot left. So this now looks like this, and I think it's much, much stronger here. And I think what I'm going to do is actually crop this. I like the way it looks a little bit. So It's opening day for the Brewers here too, Barbara, so have fun. I am, however, doing a live instead. So, as much as I do like the Brewers, so. All right, Cynthia said trim it too. Okay, so we got it trimmed because I really think it's much stronger that way. Now, the other thing is I obviously have this strong blue in the background. There's blue here, obviously aqua's blue. I do have this navy piece that I could use as a piece for something. I grabbed this, not because I thought I would use the whole piece, here, but because I think it might make a nice sort of layer here somewhere, like there. If we're doing layers, I think that would make a really nice layer. I do have this piece of paper here with the 3. It's got the navy, it's got the kind of orchid that her jacket is here, and then this. So we could put it on there as kind of an idea. I'm really definitely liking this on the pink. So let me do that right away. And here's the other thing. I do kind of like that purple strip on the bottom. We'll see whether I do that or not, whether I leave that or not. And what I'll do is, as I'm lining this up, I'm going to give this a little bit of a border here, a decent border. And I'm really looking at the border here and here. This would be an extra kind of piece. And I'm going to add this little lenticular Sparkle City piece right there. I was trying to figure out when I would ever use that, but she's definitely sparkling there. And then I'm going to just cut this, trim this up now. And sorry about that, I had to shut a light down because I have the Caterpillar Pro, and if you leave your lights on, you can't see the line to cut at. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe that with a little bit of a border, maybe a little bit of this. I kind of like the contrast there. And then I was thinking this page behind it. I really like the way that looks. Now the other thing we could do, I was thinking about making that this another layer, but actually I kind of really like how this looks right here, just like that with those layers as I put that down. I also do have this, so I could do a navy layer in here, which is more of that paper. But I think it's stronger like this. Oh, and look at this. I just found some camera paper. But I think you won't see... hey Glenda, I think it's on your end as well too. If anybody else's feed is lagging, let me know. But it looks like my stream is okay on my iPad, and my iPad can get laggy. I think this is too distracting when you look at this. So let's pull that aside. I could cut out a camera or two, although those are awfully small. I think I'd rather find pieces to work. So I'm thinking we have the start of a layout here. Now, I'll tell you as I go what pieces these are. This is Never Grow Up, Go Wild, which I like that floral piece as well. So that's the start there. This pink that I mounted that on is Chamel Sparkle City, Life is Sweet. And look at that cotton candy. That's cute too, to use something like that underneath these layers too. We'll see. If I think I need another layer, that might be a cute layer to use. But let's get down what I kind of was playing with to begin with. That's sweet. Would add in some yellow. That's probably not the worst thing in the whole world. I like yellow. It's such a happy, fun color. Okay, this, I'm not quite sure what this is, but I think it might be Sparkle City, just because of this. It's from a 12 by 12 pad, and so I think that might be why it's Sparkle City, but I don't know for sure on that, guys. Thinking, okay, so this is one of those silly little details that sometimes I agonize a little bit over. So purple this side, pink this side. For some reason I just like the pink. It's brighter. I don't know. It just is. And I'm thinking I'm not going to ink here. We'll see. I might regret this. Oh, and look at this. I didn't even cut a lot of, or look to see how much I had cut. This is probably, my hand span is about 7 inches. So this is probably about 6 3/4. Well, it's not 6 3/4, 5 3/4 inches. Let's see how close we got. Ooh, I was pretty darn close, guys. That was it's 5.5 inches. So that's what this is. The reason I know my hand span is I was an interior design major from when I was in college. That's my 4-year degree in interior design. Then I went and worked as a buyer, and now I'm a massage therapist. So anyway, so this was a really handy measuring tool just to spread my hand out. So little tip for you there. I wouldn't have to measure the fixtures necessarily. I already had them measured. Okay, then I'm thinking next, and I was thinking that I wasn't going to I wasn't going to ink, but I might now as I look at things. And I am liking that border on here as it goes. Now, if I was Chamel, I would just cut this freehand, but I am not Chamel by any means. So I'm not measuring, but I'm using my trimmer. She always amazes me when she does not use her trimmer to cut things. If I did that, oh my gosh, it would be so bad. All right. So, I'm thinking ink. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to use my Tim Holtz foam pad here to ink. It's a little bit, I've been doing this more lately because it's a little bit softer than just running a fresh ink pad across. Hey Tiffany, good to see you. Glenda, I'm hoping that lag stopped for you. So frustrating. I live in a place too where the internet can be a little slow and laggy. So we'll do that. Get that inked. I just think it'll bring things together. Okay, so this is Sparkle City It's Wonderful, which is a really darling pattern. I think I have used this on a layout, but unless I do it big, you won't even have any way that you would know what that is. Although that is cute, you know, if you color-wise, because it brings in the pink and the purple and all that. We'll try it. We'll see what I think once I get this inked up, because that could be our next layer if we wanted it to be. I don't like the repeat of light, dark there for sure. So we could do this. I think that just distracts from the photo of her, actually. And then we could, again, put in this layer if we wanted to, which is kind of a weird, it looks a little weird because of the way the dotty stripe is here. I don't know. I like the navy just in the background here. That's just my personal preference. Oh, we have this cute little piece too, although that would have to go more probably down there than anything. There is this cute little strip too if I wanted to add a border to this. We'll see. I'm thinking maybe no border on this and just leave as it is, and I may not even ink that edge. I might just really truly leave it as it is. So then this paper is Sparkle City Fresh Flowers. I don't know that I would ever use this in a big piece. I'm not such a fan of the red and purple flowers. It looks jarring to me, but I do like it when you use it just as a little piece like this, where you do a really narrow piece because you get a few extra colors in there. But it is, sometimes I'll do with papers like this, sometimes I'll just make myself use them as like a little challenge on stuff that I find a little hard to use. So last weekend, Rachel and I were talking about Stash Bash for August, and we agreed on what to do, and I know her layout's done because she sent me a link today. Mine is done, but it's not up on YouTube yet. That'll August 1st it'll come up. But one of the things I did is I decided to use a product that we're going to do a recipe challenge. Use something that was a little bit more of a challenge for me. Okay, loving that. I like all the layers. I like purple. For some reason, when I think of her, I think of purple. So, and I'm loving this Sparkle City piece here. This I might have been able to do without, but it's already there. So we're going to leave it and move on. So then, now we have to embellish. And I pulled out lots of stuff. But what's going to get used on here, I'm not sure. We're going to just look like we have that cute little bird. And because I think we're going to have to bring some of the turquoise in here. That oh so cool is cute. I also need a little journaling spot somewhere as well too, right? And as I said this, look what appeared. I like this little banner piece here, because there's not a lot for me to say, and then that would be kind of a nice little something right there. So I'm just going to put this off to the side here. Oh, and I forgot about this piece, didn't I? I think it's a little bit too distracting because there's a lot more color in here, and it's pulling away from focusing in on that photo. That's one of the things I like to look at. Oh, and we have this turquoise camera. So that would be a cool thing to do too. I do too, Tiffany, and I don't tend to scrapbook with purples. Then there's these lovely flowers here, and I think these would be kind of fun. I love this big cluster, and adding in the gold might be kind of cool, but I don't love the yellow on there, honestly. And then I'm adding green. I don't know that I want to do that. I think that's a little too distracting. So what we'll do is there's a couple other flowers here. So we have this one with the gold. We could add that in there. Now I have to remember I'm going to journal, so maybe I'll kind of put this down here because we probably want to get a little floral cluster or something there. So this could go up here, kind of frame out the layout there. And maybe one down here. I'm not putting on those very heavy. And then here's a purple and gold one, so we could add this down here. And I'm kind of going back and forth. Do I want that? And see there, that'd be kind of cute. This looks like the 60s to me. Now these are cardstock stickers, so that works. There's some navy in here as well too. That purple and gold is getting a little lost for me, but I do think I need the gold. So maybe we add a little navy in here. Too distracting. With the, it has the white edge. Now I could cut that off though, couldn't I? That could work with that. We'll see. I have lots of stuff that I pulled that I could use. I like this You Are Super. That's kind of cute right there, isn't it? And title-wise, I wanted to do that smile. Oh, Cynthia, that's cool that these are some of your favorite colors to use. Hard to find, though, because of the purple. I have a really good friend whose favorite color is purple, so when I make her birthday card every year, because she is also a crafter, I try to use purple for her card, but man, supplies, not exactly a ton of them out there. I'm seeing part of what I'm not liking about this. I have this little yellow dot here, although I have yellow here and here as well, now that I'm thinking about that. But I could put like a turquoise little gem or something in there, which maybe that's what I'll do. So I'm going back and forth here on how I'm going to do this. I could just line it here and then it would come out. This is what I like to do when I'm not sure. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to cut off this little side of the banner right here. Hey Nancy, nice to see you. So you guys, I said it was a tough week this week. So one of my cats has been sick and we're not quite sure what's going on. She seems better the last couple of days, but I haven't had kids, but oh man, it's awful for those of you who are parents when they can't tell you what's wrong. And this is a cat, not a human. Not that she's not super important to me, but you know, it's a little bit different. Okay, I wanted to pull this up. Also not especially loving this camera, which, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. I really love the You Are Super there. I do need some turquoise, but it's a Chanel collection. We won't have any problem finding turquoise, and that's right there just in case. Now I do have this cute little bird too that we could just put down here. I think the camera was kind of taking over, but let's see. I don't have anything up here, and you know how I like to get that diagonal going. Thanks, Tiffany. Oh, and Cynthia too. Yeah, I think she is getting better. The hard part too is that my vet lost a vet in their practice, and so it's been really hard to get in to see her. Okay, liking that. Maybe that's what I need to do. I'm going to cut off the yellow though. So anyway, so she actually doesn't have an appointment until a week from today, but I did take in some samples and stuff. So the initial is they couldn't figure out what's going on, which I don't like. So hey Harmony, good to see ya. All right, so let's fussy cut this halo of white out of here. That's exciting live. And while I'm thinking of it, so I've been going live on a lot of Friday nights. Not because I scheduled it that way or that I think I have to go live on Friday nights, but it's just the way it's kind of happened. I know I'm not going to be live the next 2 Fridays for sure. I'll try to get a live in sometime over the next 2 weekends, but it will not be Friday night. So one of them, my grandchildren, are going to be here with me. As entertaining as that might be, I can't imagine the chaos. So we have a couple of things we do annually. One of them is we go to this little darling garden that is storybook themed. I think I've talked about this before. Definitely there's layouts out there from it. And we did that right in the beginning of July. And then I usually take them to a local zoo that's smaller than the big one close to me. Except they now have, that county has a mask mandate. Our big zoo has reservations and they're booked like a long time in advance. Like the kids will be going back to school virtually or live, whatever that turns out to be, because we don't know yet. My grandkids' school doesn't know yet. They haven't said what they're going to do yet. But they would be back to school by the time we could get in. And then there's another smaller zoo locally, and they have a mask mandate. And so I have 7, 4, 2, and 1. My rule is you have to be able to walk to be with us. So the 1-year-old will not be with us when we do these little activities. He gets other grandma time. Okay, I'm liking that better with that halo cut off. I know there's still white there, but that's okay. There's white in that pattern. And then what I'll probably do is pop this up a little bit. So I was trying to decide what to do, and there's a splash pad open by me, and I had wanted to take the kids to the pool in my hometown because it's a kids' paradise. Unfortunately, it is not opening this summer just because it was too unknown, so they decided not to do it. Hey, look I just realized this is a speech bubble. I don't usually use speech bubbles, guys. I think I have enough figured out that I can do this, and since that sticker is almost sticking down, I think I'll get this down. So we're going to go to this splash pad that's close, and I think I'll be comfortable with that. And the reason the whole mask mandate is so the 2-year-old wouldn't have to wear a mask, but my 4-year-old grandson would in any of those places. And they don't take the kids out really anywhere. So my 7-year-old grandson's okay with wearing them, but the 4-year-old would not get it. And he's a really high energy kid, so I think that could just be a nightmare, so we're going to figure out something else to do. I'll bet you guys have stuff closed like that in California, as lots of other things are closing there. Some friends who live in the LA area. Okay, so maybe that, we'll see. This might be a little not quite right because of this is kind of graphic compared to the sort of romantic stuff that's going on there. And I'm thinking that's true even more now that I just saw some of this stuff. So we have a little star here. We have this little purple piece. Sometimes I like to sneak these in. Let's see if I think I'd like that. I like it because it's got some purple in, like it's in her outfit. Okay, so I don't love that one. I think that's a little hard to see, but maybe in here. I love these. I'm so used to working with the sticker book stickers, and those puppies are hard. I just realized I have a white halo on the You Are Super speech bubble, but I think it's okay, actually. Okay, I think we're going to do that. I could see if this little pink dotted one looks good down here. Close enough, and that's one more piece on a layout, right? You guys, I have this glued on crooked. The thing that I'm really excited about is I've literally had this layout sort of in my mind since I saw this photo, and I really like how it's coming out. It's nice when a plan comes to fruition as a scrapbooker because so often they don't, and I also need to lift this a little bit. That's one of the reasons, that's one of the things your tweezers and your Cricut spatula is good for. I have an old Cricut spatula that I love to use for stuff like this. I'm just going to line this up. So now that I'm over the top of it, and I am not showing you my work hair, it's crazy. It's been in a ponytail all day, and I just pulled it out because I have to run tomorrow. So I will definitely get a hair wash then. So I have this navy sticker that says Shine Bright. Kind of like that. I will need to add something to cover that yellow. I think I don't mind it up here so much, but I mind it down there for some reason. Oh, look at this one that says So Beautiful too. Let's see. Maybe Shine Bright needs to go up here. And So Beautiful down there. Because she is beautiful. Or even better, because the theme of this is her smile, right? There's a sticker here that says magical. I think that's even better. And I have words up there, so I think that's okay. These are, you know, I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, this is Glitter Girl. Oh, these are Glitter Girl. This is Sparkle City. That's what I was getting a little confused there for a second. So just going through and seeing if there's anything. I have pictures of my stepson and daughter-in-law had a little date at home the other night after the kids went to bed. They bought some really cool outdoor furniture and stuff and made themselves dinner. and it's dark out, so I knew there were glow all night stickers in these Sparkle City things, so I'm going to definitely use those on this layout. So I could use, I could do something for a date somewhere as well too, like some of these little stickers. Like there's this nice little piece there. If I really wanted to get that sort of I don't know that I need that up there. It looks a little small. I think this would be better if I used it maybe like in here. I think it's a little small to support that. We still have a little triangle here, right? Because I have my, or not triangle, my diagonal. Okay, do we like that one better? Because it's the orchid, or I also think this little lavender one over here is good. One thing I like about Schmelz sticker books is there's a lot. One thing I hate about them is they don't stick. Okay, I think this one's a little bit better. Once I take my hand away, you'll be able to see it. I think you see that a little bit better. Even though the purple's not this purple, it's just, I think it's a better match on top of all the rest of that. Ooh, and I have some purple and pink stars here. So those might be kind of cute since we're talking about her sparkling. And this will be interesting because it's hard to see those with the polka dots, right? Let's see if I can get, oh, there's a nice, let's see, there's two purples there. There's a purple here, so maybe we put that like there so you can kind of see it. There we go. And then I can grab maybe some pink, because I have a couple of pinks here. Like we could put one here. One down there, and then maybe another pink one up there. Okay, this is coming together way faster than I thought it was going to. Oh, and I need a title here. And I don't want it to be too big because I'm feeling like this is higher than I normally would sit these. Let me just take a look at this. I might bring this down a little bit. Yes, I think it needs to come down just a little bit here after I do all this work, right? That's okay. I think these will come off okay because they're cardstock. If those were from the sticker book, there's no way that would be done. There we go. Okay. I'm having a hard time keeping this straight tonight, you guys. Oh, hey, Kim. Nice to see you. From Columbus. Awesome. I had a really good friend who used to live in Cincinnati. I love visiting Cincinnati and Columbus, both. I'm assuming that's Columbus, Ohio, by the way. Because I'm sure there's more than one Columbus in the United States. Okay, so there we go. Fix that, got it even. Now I'm thinking title here should be in the turquoise color to kind of pop that. And I'm looking to see if I have it in my LE Studio letters. I think I do, but I think it's that alpha is mostly used up. But let me take a peek here. Or it's going to be, oh, well, actually, but that's, well, that actually I could use. I think it's kind of small, though. This is LE Studio, the letters were bigger, and then when they started doing the new ones, they got kind of small. Although, maybe it's not as small as I think, because by the time I do that, a little space and smile, it's going to be that long. So I think we've got the alpha. This is why I have so many of these. I love these letters. Oh, and I don't have any T's. All right, well, are we Macgyvering tonight? Because we could. I have to Macgyver 2 F's into T's here. It's just hard to do because they're so little. And I'd prefer not to cut my finger off here. Sorry if I'm making you all nervous. Okay, there we go. Now when I do that though, because the second, I don't know what the cross thing there is called, but it's shorter, so I usually have to cut the letter a little bit there. And then I'll just come in with my tweezers and get that on there. So there's a good Macgyvering option. If you're missing a T, F's usually work great. E could work as well pretty easily, but who has E's left in any alpha? Okay. This is the hard part, is getting it to stick. Oh my goodness. Like, it's so exciting. It's like watching paint dry. Sometimes too, I have to put a little dot of glue with this particular alphabet on these when I do that. Okay, there's the T. Yay. This should go a lot faster now. Although I have to Macgyver one more T, don't I? And I think I am actually going to call that smile, because I put the title out there and then sometimes I have to change it. The title of the layout. Okay. Last weekend, you guys, I picked up a photo order. I was so excited. 220 photos, and I would say 220, probably 200 of them were of my grandkids and their activities. I'm waiting for my great niece. I have to talk to my niece about this. She was going to start sending me pictures of her so I can get started on her baby book. Now I do have some scrapbook weekends planned for fall. I missed one in April, so that one is planned for fall, and then I have the normal one I go to in the fall. So we'll see if those actually happen. The one that would normally take place, I think right now it's going to be an expensive weekend if it does go on, is going to be only, I think there's only 9 of us right now. They were going to see if they could get anybody else. And the house holds 24. I'm pretty sure we can figure out how to social distance on a regular basis. And then bedroom wise, there's 4 bedrooms, so we should have no problem social distancing if we still need to be doing that, which I'm guessing we're going to be needing to do that. Okay. I will come back and put some adhesive on those because they feel like they're going to let go. Just kind of looking to see if I have any. That smile. And then I could just talk about how she's gracing us with that. I'm loving how this turned out, the colors. Like I said before, it's really nice when the plan in your head actually gets executed and it looks like you kind of thought it would. Okay, so I don't, I was going to say this alpha doesn't have exclamation points in. I don't know what I'm thinking of. It does. So we'll just add that in. And it's hard. I have to use tweezers to get these on a lot of times, any of the pieces that are little. Okay, so there's that. Now, we've got gold in here, but we don't have it all over. But I think it's okay because there's 3 spots of gold here. I do need to get some enamel dots on here, though. So let's look at that. I managed not to bump the camera on you guys. Although I'm seeing there's these guys too from the sheet. I'm just going to see if I can bring Yeah, I don't love the way that looks, and it's bigger than the stars that are there. So let me see if I can find an enamel dot in that color that works. Looking in my stuff that always sits to my left to see if I have any. And also, this is from Glitter Girl. And oh, look at the, oh, okay. This I probably need to use. There's a purple enamel dot here. It's a glitter enamel dot. So I could actually pop that in there. That's a good way to use that. And then there are these two here. These big sequins. I don't know, can we make this make sense? Because I only have two of them. I don't have three. I do have other sequins, but I think I'll just, if this works, I'm not going to, there we go. We'll just pop those on there. So now on this sheet I have one yellow enamel dot and I have this unicorn button here, which is really kind of cute. And she does have that unicorn smile. Okay, first of all, when I do these with these, they're so thick that I take this off here. Now this then could come over here. What are we thinking, guys? I like it. Look at that. Yay. So now I have one yellow enamel dot. I need to get rid of that. I'll have to like make a layout sometime this weekend with yellow and get that on there. So what I'm talking about, in case you guys don't know, I keep a pile of stuff that I want to get used up on a layout. So like spare enamel dots, or not spare, but you know, extra enamel dots. I only have one or two pieces of, or a color that's harder to use. Like here's that glitter heart that needs to be used up. There's this one deer sticker, and I keep thinking that would be great on a baby layout. One of the things I thought about this weekend is these are old from Schmel's original collection, which was like 2014, I think. Let me see if, yep, 2014. And then I've been having some problems using like up titles and stuff like that. So just all sorts of stuff to use up. And I just keep it on top of my desk to my left hand, and then I just use them as I work. So I'm loving that this actually looks really cute. And again, I'm relating that harmony. This, I didn't even need you to help me with how I was going to get a unicorn on this. Legitimately, it's a unicorn because we don't see her smile all that often, at least not in photos. So love how that worked out. Looks really cute. I probably could do, and somehow I lost a star there. There it is. Probably could still add in, if I have some tiny enamel dots, I probably could add those in, but I'm thinking I would want to add them in the turquoise. These are the purple ones, which I could, but I'm thinking I could smatter some of those around. Oh, look at, this is interesting. So these dots are matched Schmel's, and these are freckled fawn. So that could make that one purple dot there make a little bit more sense if I felt like it. Let's see. Or is this just, sometimes when I start putting enamel dots on, it just starts to look like too much to me. I think this is actually looking okay. Let's see. I think I can get two in each cluster of this size. These are not very sticky. And then there's like a light purple, tiny small one here that I must have used the other colors, so maybe we'll add that into Enamel Dot City here. Gosh knows I have a few to use up. Who did I hear was using, oh, Moira was working on using hers up. So yay you, Moira. I think she was really close to being done too. I like to, a lot of times I like to attach enamel dots to things on the layout. Okay, so then that we'll put on that one. There we go. So now I got to use some purple enamel dots, and look at that. I thought I knew what I was going to use, and something else worked out. So lots of kind of little details there. Thanks, Tiffany and Nancy. And Harmony. So yeah, I'm loving the way that looks. Loving the way this looks. It turned out great. So I think, you guys, I'm going to stop at 1 tonight just because it's late, and I do need to, or getting, no, it's not really late, but it's getting later, and I do need to talk to my daughter-in-law yet tonight. Well, we text. But that's what the 30-something, that's how our 30-somethings talk, considering I'm the 50-something. But anyway, so I think I'm going to just stop it at 1. And if you missed this earlier on, thanks, Kelly. If you missed this earlier on, I've been doing these mostly on Friday nights lately, but I know I won't be doing it the next 2 Friday nights. I'll just try to find some time to pop on at some other time. And if you haven't already, you can hit the bell button to get the notifications if you want to do that. So, but like I said, I just don't want you guys thinking I'm going to be around when I know for sure I'm not going to be next week. There's another little lenticular piece that I have to get used up, but loving how this looks. I love using the purple, and that photograph of her is so darling that I'm so glad that the layout is making me happy as well, just because I love this picture so much. I have a little 12 by 12 clipboard that I hang on the edge of my calyx unit, because one side of it is exposed, one of the solid sides is exposed, and I put like my most recent layout, or my most recent favorite layout on that clipboard. So this one might have to go out there for a while. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. It's going to be hot, hot, hot here again. So that means I probably will have some time to scrap, right? And oh, just so I don't forget, last week we talked about how I thought I was going to get the Pandemic album done last weekend, and I did. So I did do a full flip through of that album already, and I did it live, because to upload an hour, you don't want to know how long that would take. I don't even want to think about how long it would take, because sometimes it can take an hour to upload, 15 minutes. But anyway, so if you want to see what the Pandemic album looked like in the end, definitely check that video out. But sit down with a cup of coffee, or if you're going to do it tonight, a cocktail or something like that, because it's an hour-long video. So, hot by you too, Cynthia. So, all right, Tiffany, thank you so much, you guys. It was great to talk to all of you, to quote, see all of you. And I will see you sometime next weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. Bye.